going on? It's MassiveJoes RAW review, and I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Awesome RAW review for the viewers at home today, and a not all new supplement. It's been around for a while, viewers at home, but it's yet to grace the screens of a MassiveJoes RAW review. It is, of course, BSN Syntha-6 Isolate in the house. Let's get straight into it, show you guys exactly what's in it, tell you exactly what it's going to do. That nutritional information panel ain't going to get it done. We're about to go balls deep in this here BSN Syntha-6 Isolate. Luckily, we got ourselves one of these big ass nutritional information panels for the viewers at home. Starting from the top, serving size 38 grams. I had to hand write that on this bitch because it didn't have it on this nutritional information panel. Got yourself two sizes, got yourself 24 of them 38 gram bitches in one of these small bitches, and 48 of them 38 gram bitches in one of these big bitches. In terms of what the 38 gram scoop is made up of, man, it's a protein powder, so let's deal with the macros. If I can get some zoom and focus action, please. So starting from the top, calories 150 calories per 38 gram serve. Got yourself 2 grams of fat, it's about 5% fat, of which half a gram is saturated, no trans fats, which is good to see. Got yourself a bit of cholesterol, a bit of sodium, nothing to be too worried about. Got yourself 7 grams of carbohydrates, of which 2 are dietary fiber, 1 is sugar. It's about 18% carbohydrate. Got yourself 25 grams of that protein. So it's about 66% protein. So we're dealing with 66% protein, 18% carbs, about 5% fat. For those of you who are familiar with the original Syntha-6 formula, the original Syntha-6 form is about 50% protein, 30% carbs, 20% fat. So this Syntha-6 Isolate is more towards the isolate end of things, in being that it's higher in proteins, lower in carbs, lower in fat, and obviously lower in calories. In terms of what the ingredients are actually made up of, if we move along this big ass nutritional information panel, move to the bottom, we can go balls deep in these ingredients, viewers at home. So, Isolate Protein Matrix, which consists of a whey protein isolate and milk protein isolate. We do know, because BSN actually tell us on the label of this product, that the milk protein isolate is comprised of 80% casein protein and 20% whey protein. So effectively, we're dealing with a blend of whey and casein, but all of the sources of protein come from isolate sources. Try and get your head around that one, viewers at home. I'll explain it a little bit in a second. Moving right along, we then move into the sunflower powder component of this particular product, which is a blend of sunflower oil, corn syrup solid, sodium caseinate, mono and diglyceride, dipotassium phosphate, tricalcium phosphate, soy lecithin, and tocopherols. That's in there as a texturizer, viewers at home. It does add a little bit of fat to this product, so it is an added fat, it's not naturally occurring fat, but it gives it the nice Syntha-6 texture that you're used to in the BSN protein powder. Moving right along, you then move into your fiber blend, which is inulin and polydextrose. That's what comprises the 2 grams of fiber back up in here, viewers at home. That's going to help with the digestive system, man. Help you digest this here Syntha-6 Isolate. You then got natural and artificial flavors. Got some lecithin, which is a texturizer once again. Cellulose gum to make it nice and thick. Some salt, some sucralose, potassium chloride, more artificial colors, more artificial flavors. And that's what's in it. So it's a lean, let's say, probably the best way to describe it, viewers at home, before I get tongue-tied in this bitch, it's a lean version of the world famous BSN Syntha-6. So BSN, the kind of marketing behind this particular product is it's the same texture and consistency as a Syntha-6 with less calories, less fat, and less carbohydrates for those viewers at home who want a leaner option for protein powder than what Syntha-6 offers. I do have to say, it's not what you would usually expect from an isolate, from a protein that's marketed as an isolate. Usually what we are used to as consumers as seeing as a protein powder marketed as an isolate is like a 100% whey protein isolate with very close to 0 grams of fat, very close to 0 grams of carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and just whey protein isolate. Obviously artificial colors, artificial flavors, maybe digestive enzymes, whatever else the company wants to throw in there. So it's not what we're typically used to seeing in a protein powder that's marketed as an isolate. In terms of how it tastes, how it mixes, comes in 4 flavors. Comes in chocolate, which goes straight to the biceps. Straight to there it is, the biceps. Comes in vanilla. Comes in strawberry. Comes in the US, not yet in Australia, but hopefully it'll be here soon. The peanut butter cookie. Got myself, what have I got? I got a small tub of chocolate, which goes straight to the bicep. I got a big ass tub of the strawberry, which I don't know where the hell strawberry goes, so let's find out. Rip the top off this bitch. You know what you gotta do, viewers at home? Gotta bro punch that bitch in. That was a good bro punch, that one. Alright, got my Team MassiveJoes shaker in the house. Infamous MassiveJoes taste and mixability test come right up. I gotta say, it smells good. Delicious. We find a scoop. Of course the scoop ain't on the top. Shit! Hate it when the scoop's not on the top. Gotta dig in this bitch like a damn archaeologist. Alright. I found it, viewers. I found a scoop. Halfway damn near down the top. Alright, we're gonna take ourselves 1 scoop of this here BSN Syntha-6 isolate, viewers at home. We're gonna throw in about half a shake, half a Team MassiveJoes shaker worth of water. Gonna throw that bitch in that bitch. Screw the lid on. Couple of flicks of the wrist. I'm gonna show you guys how it mixes. And I'm gonna refresh my memory on how the Syntha-6 isolate tastes. In the strawberry flavor. Okay. Check it. Ooh. It's mixed well, viewers at home. I ain't seeing no chunks. I ain't seeing no floaters, no sinkers. I am seeing some froth on the top. That's nothing that you need to be too worried about. That being said, it is a protein powder, so I would go so far as to say blendable is required. For this here BSN Syntha-6 isolate, let me refresh my memory on how the strawberry tastes, man. They've come through with the goods. BSN have come through with the goods. I can confirm, viewers at home, that BSN have come through with the goods. When they say that it tastes like Syntha-6, the original Syntha-6, the higher in carb, higher in fat, higher in calorie version of Syntha-6, man, they ain't lying. It tastes like Syntha-6. In terms of the mouth texture, it's not quite as thick as the original Syntha-6. It's pretty close, but it is a little bit thinner in consistency. It is more like what you would expect from a leaner protein powder than more of a meal replacement like the original Syntha-6. But man, the taste is on point. In terms of the effects, I've already mentioned to you guys the kind of where this product sits in the scheme of protein powders, that being that it's not what we would generally expect from an isolate protein powder, but it still is being claimed as an isolate. Now, what BSN are marketing it as, when they say isolate, is that all of the protein sources are isolate protein sources. So the whey protein isolate is obviously whey protein isolate. The milk protein isolate is obviously milk protein isolate. The thing is, and the reason why it has the different digestion rates with the whey and the casein is because milk protein, whether it's isolate or non-isolate, is always going to consist with a certain amount of casein protein and a certain amount of whey protein. So the milk protein in itself is an isolate, but that isolate of milk protein comprises casein protein and whey protein. So it's not a complete whey protein isolate as you would expect the name would have you believe. It's a milk protein isolate with a whey protein isolate. So don't get it twisted, viewers at home. In terms of such things that you want to know about protein powder with digestion, how it makes you feel in the stomach, that sort of thing. If you are lactose intolerant, it's not completely lactose free. obviously. So you may have an issue with the lactose content. I'm a little bit lactose intolerant. I don't have a big issue with it. That being said, the Syntha-6 isolate gives me no digestive issues at all, man. It makes you feel nice in the stomach. As a lean version for the Syntha-6, it definitely ticks that box. The issue is, viewers at home, where does this protein fit in the scheme of proteins for protein powder users? For me personally, I think it's really only going to appeal to those users of Syntha-6 who would want to continue using Syntha-6 but maybe in a cutting phase of their diet and they don't want the added carbs and the added protein the original Syntha-6 will give you. That's when you would look at this Syntha-6 isolate. I think as a protein user, if you're looking for a meal replacement protein, you're going to go for the original Syntha-6. If you're looking for an isolate protein, you're going to go for an isolate protein, something that is almost zero carbs, zero fat, low in sugar, gluten-free, lactose-free, and all of the other deliciousness that you tend to get from a typical isolate protein powder. That being said, viewers at home, and this is the last thing I will say in this raw review, isolate protein powders generally per serve are much more expensive than any other type of protein powder, this protein powder included. So this Syntha-6 isolate is much better value for money per serve than your typical whey protein isolate or hydrolyzed whey, or what we would generally consider an isolate protein. So it does kind of hit that mark. The pricing is almost identical to Syntha-6, to be honest. In fact, I'm pretty sure you hop on MassiveJoes website right now, viewers at home, I'm pretty sure the price of the big tubs of the Syntha-6 isolate and the original Syntha-6 are the same. I'm pretty sure, viewers at home, the small tub of the Syntha-6 isolate is actually a little bit cheaper than the original small tub of the Syntha-6. So you have to take that into account as well. If you want a true isolate, you're going to be paying through the nose for it. If you want a leaner version of BSN Syntha-6, man, got to get yourself a tub of the Syntha-6 isolate. Guys, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. Stay up to date with all the latest editions of MassiveJoes RAW Review and everything else in our YouTube channel. And guys, that is MassiveJoes RAW Review. Got to pick this bitch up again. On BSN Syntha-6 isolate in the house. And I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com.